Okay, here we go. Good morning, Dennis. It's good morning here for me, but for you, it's a
It's
little
the
later
evening here in London, but it's always nice to see you,
on
Jamie.
the other side of the world. Good to see you too. Happy day before Giving Tuesday. Tomorrow is our big day for the people who are watching this. Today is Giving Tuesday. We're so excited to be raising $25,000 to fuel an unstoppable future for our students and teachers and the community that we work with in Uganda. So thanks for being here and being willing to talk about your passion for our work.
So glad to be a part of it and so excited for today. I'm looking for us to shatter records and raise more
Yeah.
money than ever before. So let's
Heck
do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's the energy we're looking for. That's great. Hey, so for our friends that are watching that maybe don't know you or how you came to Faraway Friends, would you be willing to share just a little brief history of how you connected with our organization and what it is you do for Faraway Friends?
Sure, sure. Well, I will start with what I do. I'm chairman of the board and have been proud to be that now for, I guess, about a year. I think I've been on the board a year and a half, but I think I've been chairman for about a year. And yeah, I mean, it's my pride and joy of the things that I do. I am devoting my time to some board work, but when I got a chance to hear you, Jamie, as so many people do, when they hear you talk with passion, and Collins talks with passion about the work that you're doing in Uganda, I watched your presentation and I was like, I have to be a part of this. It's something very special. The work you're doing is unique and and is really a model that I think a lot of people should be following in terms of helping people abroad and focusing on sustainability and investing in interrupters of generational poverty. And so once I heard your speech, I was like, sign me up. How do I get involved? And it's been amazing work and incredibly fun ever since. And I'm
Oh,
just
I love
thrilled
to
to be
hear
a
that.
part of it all.
I love to hear that. I love to hear stories when we, hook people in because once you're part of the FAF fam, you're part of the FAF fam. Like we always say that, especially when you travel with us, our teammates that have traveled, that have been part of our work since maybe they were in high school. There's something infectious, I think, about this community, not only our internal team, but of our advocates as well. Your wife, Erica, is also an advocate. You guys are, kind of started that way. I think you guys first got involved during our Market Day Fund and then later became monthly advocates. What's that experience been like for you as a donor?
Yeah, I mean, I think the advocate program is great because you know that every month you're giving some money that's doing tremendous good. And I think all of the fundraising efforts that are done, whether it's Market Day Fund or like Giving Tuesday today, um, they're things to look forward to, and it's excited to just see how. What's always impressed me about Faraway Friends is how far you make a dollar go.
Mm.
You have done more with less than any organization I've ever seen, and people should feel good about that. They know that if they give money to Faraway Friends, it's going to really help a lot of kids and do some tremendous things. So, well, not many organizations can say that.
Right. And I think why we're able to do that is we have such an incredible Ugandan leadership team, right? That really knows how to find the best vendors in the community, the best builders, the best teachers, educators. Collins and her team are really deeply involved in a Molitar district and are very well connected. And in that way, we can make every penny stretch to its furthest extent. We've been able to make deals in such ways that we're able to do more of an impact with less money. And so, you've worked on the inside of our budget, Dennis, and you've seen the way that we've had to like stretch things, especially in a year that's been particularly difficult. Would you be willing to talk a little bit about the resiliency that you've seen in our work, especially on the Uganda side?
Yeah, sure. It's amazing that we have seen some incredible challenges coming out of COVID, doubling the number of kids that we've taken in. Then you have the war in Ukraine, global inflation, food prices going up more than two times. And that would cripple a lot of organizations. That would really be something that was be hard to overcome. But this organization didn't. That wasn't an option for Faraway Friends, and so we just had to figure out how to make it work. And you guys did it. And yeah, it was sometimes it involves shifting things around or, doing some additional, fundraising. But the advocates and the people came through as well, and people really reached in and gave when it was needed. And so there's a lot to be proud of there too. And I think nothing can stop faraway friends. And this year's proven that more than anything. And I can't wait for next year when we, work to continue what you've been doing and even exceed the things you've been doing. So looking forward to bigger and better things next year as well.
That's right. That's right. And to be able to do it, we're trying to grow our community. That's part of what we're doing here today on Giving Tuesday is getting the word out about our work, especially the programs that we have. We're not a one size fits all nonprofit because we do a lot of different things. We have a lot of different programs that I think for some people, they don't realize that, right? That they think, okay, Faraway Friends is only an education organization. But then we've also installed wells and we're doing solarization projects with partner nonprofits. Would you be willing to talk a little bit about like your favorite project that we do or program that we have at Faraway Friends and why you think more people should know about that specific piece of our work?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think to me, there's so much magic, but I mean, the big piece is the focus on sustainability. We're working hard to, get GLP to be the school to be, 100% sustainable. And the key to that is investing in community-run businesses. And I think to me, Global Millers is probably the most exciting thing that we've done to raise money through, generous donations to build a mill that will not only, cut costs of food for the school, but actually generate income and provide farmers with an opportunity to, finally grind their product in a way that they couldn't do before. They'd have to travel hours prior. That's what's exciting about what we're doing, and I look forward to identifying and raising money and investing in other community-led businesses. And that's one of Collins's many strengths is she really understands with the people on the ground, what's needed, what's best for the community, and what's going to be the most helpful. And I just think those investments give rewards far beyond the single thing that they're created to do. The impact is quadrupled or more, every time you do something like that. So I think that's one of the unique value propositions of Faraway Friends. And I look forward to us doing more of that next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the piece that we really focus on within sustainability is our, community development. Global Millers being a community development effort. Not only is it social enterprise for Faraway Friends so that the school can, generate some income and be sustained long term, but it's a community support as well because farmers will have access to this this mill that you can grind your maize, your posho locally, and before that wasn't available. I know that you're a parent of two, and as a parent, I'm curious what our Schools for Schools program has been like for you and like kind of being inside of it and seeing how it works. Your wife, Erica, got to come out to Colorado and visit at one of our Schools for Schools partner schools at Dakota Ridge High School and got to sit in on a club meeting where we're talking about everything from how to educate ourselves on the issue of white saviorism to understanding sustainability and global development. As a parent, what is your perspective on that program and the value that it also adds to American and hopefully UK students in the future?
Yeah, no, I think it's a very unique program, and I think as parent, you like to see opportunities for your kids and other kids to not only get exposure to places in Africa, places in Uganda, but a focus on really doing good and helping others. And I'm just so excited for the schools that we have involved now and the stories that you tell about kids that have gone through the Schools for Schools program and now are in universities studying international development because they were so motivated by the work that they had done. And I think there's just going to be more and more of that in the future. And I'm excited to additional schools coming on, and there's so much focus on what kids can do to get into college. Well, yeah, this might help kids to get into college, but it will also really transform their own lives, I think, in terms of working with kids one-on-one in Uganda and really making a difference. I think it can be transformational for the kids in so many ways. So it's such a wonderful piece of the work done by Faraway Friends.
Yeah, and I think what's special about Schools for Schools is it not only impacts Western students, but Ugandan students as well through that sister school model. Each of the American schools has a Ugandan sister school where they write letters, back and forth to students to one another, where teachers are able to connect. And through our Ugandan school programs, we launched this year, as you know, our Skills for Life program. This is the pilot year of Skills for Life, where we've taken a life skills curriculum developed in partnership with Ugandan educators and experts in their field on how do we give students in Uganda the tools that they need to go beyond their academic career, understanding finances and personal things like understanding boundaries and healthy relationships. What has that been like for you as you've seen this kind of program start as just an idea that Faraway Friends had to really impacting students and teachers at our partner schools?
I keep thinking about, and you may have to illustrate the story better than I can remember, but I remember specifically you heard from a teacher at one of the partner schools that was teaching the Skills for Life curriculum, and the teacher talked about how they noticed a marked change and improvement in the students' behavior. That wasn't necessarily an intention of the Skills for Life program, but it shows the power that it brings to the classroom in the school. So, yeah, I think there's an opportunity for the Skills for Life curriculum to really be taken throughout Uganda. And I would love to see us to be able to, convince the Ministry of Education or whoever to find a way to adopt this to a much broader group of kids, because it's clearly having an impact. I mean, when a teacher says something like that, that's really powerful.
Absolutely. And part of that Skills for Life curriculum, or I guess in tandem with it, is our AfriPads distribution program, where we partner with AfriPads, which is a Ugandan company that employs Ugandan women to make reusable sanitary pads. And then we deliver those to girls across the district and our partner schools. As a father of a daughter, I was curious what that program also means to you. And, I know that when you first came on the board, period poverty was sort of a surprising thing, right? Like, hold on, I didn't realize this was this big of an issue across the world, but specifically in Uganda, where 25% of girls are going to drop out of school completely when they begin menstruating. Can you tell us a little bit about like the difference you've seen with Faraway Friends' AfriPads distribution program and the impact that that's making in Uganda?
Yeah, I think I've learned from you, Jamie, that probably the most cost-effective investment that Faraway Friends can make is through AfriPads, because the cost is so small, but the impact is incredibly powerful. And when I had no idea that many girls, 25%, would literally drop out of school because there was just no way for them to, in a healthy way, deal with that issue. That this seems like such an easy solution to fix the problem. And I look forward to us as well in the future, finding ways to raise additional funds to, get more AfriPads out to more girls. Because as you always say, it's such a simple thing to do that has a tremendous impact. And, between that and the work that Faraway Friends does in terms of providing healthy, clean bathrooms for girls as well, which, you might not think about. And maybe especially as a man, I don't think about it enough, but that's also been a really transformative, thing that just creates a safe, healthy space for girls to stay in school and continue their education.
Yeah, and as you know, that's part of, our long-term plan is to be able to uplift all of our sister schools across the district by doing infrastructure development projects as well. And that includes clean water, bathrooms on site, to be able to keep girls in school as long as possible. So on that topic of school, our last program is Global Leaders, which ironically, we're getting to that last, but it was a first program. It's our pilot, it's our flagship of what we believe can be possible for kids in a rural community in northern Uganda. GLP had some massive growth this year. We went from 250 students last year to 500 students this year. And we were able to maintain that 500 number till the end of the year. Our kids just took their primary leaving exams, their PLE, just a couple weeks ago. And something that I thought was so fascinating is these kids who were out of school for 2 years during COVID are reporting that they felt prepared for this test, that they felt
That's wonderful.
that they were walking into it confident. So what do you think is the magic behind GLP, and why have we been so successful in, growing as quick as we have and maintaining that amount of students and getting them to where they need to go?
Goodness. Well, I mean, I would think there's a number of factors. One, I think it's just the facility that you've built. You've really built when we sit down with people and show them what a traditional school is in a Molitor, and then you show them GLP, it blows people away, the difference. I think so. The facility is amazing. I think the provision of 3 meals a day is an incredibly important piece as well. And if I do the math, I mean, I think given that we doubled the number of students, I think we had to provide an additional 50,000 meals this year, which is just an incredible number. But the money was raised and it was done. And I think you've taught me that almost half of kids in the Molitor district don't eat 3 meals a day. And so just being able to give those kids 3 solid meals a day is a huge benefit to their education. And then lastly, I'd have to say it must be the teachers. The teachers at GLP clearly do an incredible job, because the school is year in and year out recognized as being, one of the strongest schools in the district. And the fact that the kids feel prepared and confident going into their exams, is really kudos to the teachers and all the hard work that they've done to get the kids, ready.
Absolutely. It speaks volumes. And our advocates, who donate every single month, help us to continue paying and training and fueling those teachers who are going to be having, kids every year through their classroom, generations of kids who are going to be impacted by that single person, right? So we really pour into our teachers. If there was somebody watching today who is, maybe kind of on the fence about donating, maybe this is the first time they've heard about Faraway Friends, or, they're interested in becoming an advocate, what would your advice be to someone like that, to that person?
I mean, the first thing I would say, and I was going to mention this to all of our advocates, is, if any of them, if you're someone who'd like to know more, or you have friends that you'd like to tell more, reach out to Jamie, reach out to Caitlin, and get in front of them, because I know when people hear the story from you and Caitlin, it blows people away and people want to get involved. So I would encourage anyone to, think about who they know and who they can introduce the two of you to, because the story is powerful. I think the more you get to learn about Faraway Friends, the more you realize that things are being done here in a way that is different and powerful and transformative. And again, I stress that your investment in Faraway Friends goes farther than any organization that I've ever seen. And so you can rest assured that when you give money, Jamie and Caitlin and Collins and the whole team work as hard as possible to make sure that that dollar that you give goes as far as humanly possible to help people in Uganda. And the whole model that you've outlined during our discussion today, from the sustainability to schools for schools, skills for life, all of it is just a unique story that most people don't get to be a part of. So I encourage people to come learn more about it, make a donation, and get involved, because we could use help and we could use support. And the more we get the word out, the better.
Awesome. Yeah. And as you know, today on Giving Tuesday, we're raising that $25,000 to fuel an unstoppable future for our students, our teachers, and the communities that we support in Uganda. No matter what crisis the world throws at us next, we've been through COVID, an Ebola outbreak, a hunger crisis, a war in Europe, in Ukraine. We want to make sure that none of these affect our students, right? Because kids shouldn't have to worry about whether they're going to finish school because of what's going on in the world. We want to give those kids an unstoppable future. So our last thing as we're signing off, Dennis, is there anything else you would like to tell our viewers about Giving Tuesday, about how they can get involved or where to go if they want to learn more?
Oh, goodness. Well, I assume I should tell people to go to the website, right?
Yeah.
Farawayfriends.org. Yeah. And if you want to learn more, go there, check it out. There are amazing videos, and the blog is powerful. You can learn specific stories about what's going on. And I know that if people read it, watch the videos, read about what's going on, they're going to want to give. And I just encourage everyone to help us. We want to do better than the 25,000. So we need everyone's help to do that. So tell your friends, forward links, get people involved. But I'm so proud of what you guys are doing, and I'm just looking forward to next year and doing even more of it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Dennis, and for all the ways that you support Faraway Friends as our board chair and our coach and beyond. We're so grateful to have you, and happy Giving Tuesday. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go get it. Yeah. Thank you. Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you too. Take care.